When boats meet bad luck, the ocean never forgives. From crashes to capsizing, these shocking moments remind us how unpredictable the sea can be. Here are 32 unbelievable boat and ship fails ever caught on camera. 1. Two high-speed powerboats collide at the Superboat World Championship in Key West. And here's where it gets even crazier. Imagine two massive powerboats flying across the water, pushing top speed, and then smack! They collide mid-race. One flips violently into the air. The crowd gasps, but somehow all four racers crawl out safe. Pure chaos, zero fatalities. Now that's unbelievable. 2. Sailors make errors during a race. But wait, the fails don't stop there. During a sailing event, crews completely lose control. Lines cross, sails swing out of place, and everyone online starts debating what went wrong. The wild part? Nobody can fully agree. Was it timing? Poor steering? You tell me. What mistake do you see here? 3. GMC Sierra truck slides into Lake Springfield. And just when you thought it was only boats, picture this. A pickup truck rolling straight into the lake. Yep, a GMC Sierra slides off a launch ramp right on live TV. No driver inside, thank goodness. But it sinks fast. Rescue crews later fish it out, fully drenched. Crazy stuff. 4. Spanish cargo ship MV Luno slams into breakwater. This next one is straight out of a disaster film. In February 2014, a violent storm near France and the Spanish cargo ship MV Miraculously lost power. The engines fail, and the giant vessel slams straight into a breakwater, splitting in half like a cracker. 12 crew members are lifted out by helicopter. Only one minor injury, but everyone thought pollution would spread. Luckily, quick action saved the coast. Surf photographers thrown overboard in Tahiti. And this part shocked me the most. Surf photographers out in Tahiti, chasing the perfect wave. Suddenly, a monster wall of water flips their boat sideways. Cameras, gear, and even a floating baguette were all tossed overboard. The captain keeps calm and saves it from disaster. Both photographers survive, but man, what a close call. 6. USS Cleveland, LCS-31 launch mishap. And here's where it takes a bizarre turn. During its big launch day in Wisconsin, the USS Cleveland, LCS-31 slides into the water and slams straight into a tugboat. Thankfully, no one's hurt. But imagine the embarrassment of denting a brand new Navy ship within seconds of its first splash. 7. Ian Sanderson and Paul Scott were ejected at 74 miles per hour. Now this part feels unreal. World champion racers Ian Sanderson and Paul Scott were flying across the water at 74 miles per hour when suddenly their boat stopped dead. The force hurled them straight into the air like ragdolls. Luckily, fellow racers Matt Shepard and Julian Abbott shielded them until rescue crews arrived. At that speed, it's a miracle they survived. 8. Small river sport boat withstands heavy impact. But wait, check this out. This tiny river sport boat takes a brutal hit, yet somehow doesn't fall apart. Everyone watching is baffled. What kind of design is this? It looks flimsy but shrugs off serious impacts like nothing happened. Honestly, it feels more like a stunt than an accident. 9. MV Modern Express severe list in the Bay of Biscay. This next one proves how terrifying rough seas can be. In 2016, the car carrier MV Modern Express developed a severe list while drifting helplessly in the Bay of Biscay. 22 crew members had to be lifted out by helicopter. Salvage crews fought raging waves for days before finally towing it to Bilbao. The fact that they saved it at all was impressive. 10. Engine malfunction starts the vessel on its own. Here's something that'll mess with your head. A ship's engine suddenly roars to life on its own. No crew touching it, no controls in motion. The vessel lurches forward, leaving everyone wondering, how does that even happen? Mechanical glitch? Electrical surge? Experts still debate what caused such a freak phenomenon. 11. Ferry collides with crane in Barcelona port. And then comes pure chaos at Barcelona's busy port. A massive Grandi Navi Veloci ferry miscalculates, slamming straight into a dockside crane. The towering structure collapses like a domino, sparking a fire. Smoke fills the sky while dock workers scatter. Luckily, no one was seriously injured, but the dramatic footage looks like something out of a Hollywood disaster film. 12. Maltese bulk carrier Vita Spirit crashes in Istanbul. Just when it couldn't get stranger, the Maltese-flagged bulk carrier Vita Spirit loses steering control in Istanbul's Bosphorus Strait. The 225-meter-long vessel plows straight into the historic Hekimbashi Salih Effendi mansion, a landmark dating back to the 18th century. No one was hurt, but the damage was devastating. Upper floors collapsed, and priceless architecture was lost in seconds. 13. Dutch fishing trawler Andrea hits tall ship. Imagine sailing calmly on the Alexander von Humboldt, a historic tall ship, when out of nowhere a fishing trawler barrels toward you. The Dutch vessel Andrea ignored warnings and slammed into it, despite clear right-of-way. Luckily, there were no deaths, but the recklessness shocked everyone who saw the footage. 14. Small cargo boat collides off Vietnam. This one's quick but brutal. A small cargo boat collides with a massive ship off Vietnam's coast. The little vessel doesn't stand a chance and sinks almost instantly. In that region, with constantly busy crossings, such accidents happen often. Still, seeing it unfold on camera feels absolutely chilling. 15. Captain fails to adjust speed, near collision. And finally, a close call that could have been way worse. A ship's captain fails to slow down and nearly rams another vessel. At first glance, it looks harmless, but one wrong move here could have spelled disaster. Minimal damage was reported, but it's a textbook reminder of why reaction time matters at sea. 16. Italian Navy's amphibious assault ship LHD Trieste launch. And here's where scale blows your mind. The Italian Navy's LHD Trieste hits the water for the first time. At 245 meters long, with a flight deck for F-35s, it's an engineering beast. The dramatic launch looked flawless, showcasing raw military power built for both war zones and disaster relief. 17. Two giant cargo ships collide head-on in Canada. Now, this is the kind of footage you watch twice just to believe. In Ontario's Welland Canal, two massive cargo ships drift toward each other, unable to stop. The thunderous head-on collision shakes the water, yet miraculously, no one's hurt, no pollution leaks, and both vessels sail back to safety. 18. Fishing trip turns bad. Boat overturned. What should have been a relaxing fishing trip turns into nightmare fuel. Out of nowhere, the sea flips the boat, tossing gear and leaving everyone panicked. People watching later asked, "Can that vessel even be recovered?" No clear answer came, but one thing's certain, the ocean never plays fair. 19. Tractor slips during unloading from the ship, and here's a hold your breath moment. A tractor being unloaded from a ship misjudges its balance. Slowly, then suddenly, it slides into the water. The driver stays calm, trying to reverse, but it's already too late. Watching heavy machinery vanish beneath the waves feels both surreal and nerve-wracking. 20. Viral storm footage miscaptioned as Cyclone Fani. This clip went viral fast, but here's the twist. It wasn't Cyclone Fani. A massive ship is tossed around like a toy in monstrous seas, sparking fake news across social media. The truth? It was a storm, yes, but not the one headlines claim. Proof you can't trust captions. 21st. Barge unloads timber with risky tilt method. This next method is so crazy, it almost looks intentional. A barge tilts nearly 30 degrees, dumping its timber cargo directly into the water. It's efficient, sure, but risky. One slip in balance, and the entire barge could have rolled over. A routine job that looked more like a daredevil stunt. 22. Cambodian cargo ship Aston Gate loses 64 vehicles. Picture this. 64 cars sliding into the ocean, one after another. In 2012, during a storm, the Cambodian-flagged Aston Gate couldn't keep its deck secured. Vehicles slipped off like toys, vanishing beneath the waves. It highlighted one brutal lesson: without proper cargo restraints, the sea takes whatever it wants. 23. Heavy crane truck falls during unloading in Kullerwak. Now this one's a double disaster. Contractors tried unloading a heavy crane truck from a barge in Kullerwak, Canada, but the weight was miscalculated. The crane tips, the boat strains, and suddenly, both sink together. What was meant to help stabilize the ship ends with everything swallowed by water. 24. Severe floods in Germany sink runaway vessel. During historic flooding in Germany, a runaway boat collides face first into a bridge. The impact is so strong, the vessel immediately begins sinking. Caught on camera, the footage shows just how unforgiving nature becomes during floods. It's not just water rising, it's infrastructure and vessels destroyed in the chaos. 25 CMA CGM container ship hits jetty in Mumbai. And here's another jaw-dropper. A massive CMA CGM container ship misjudges while anchoring at Mumbai's port. Instead of stopping cleanly, it plows into the jetty, tearing concrete and damaging the pier. The cause? Steering fault. No one's hurt, thankfully, but seeing a pier crumble under that weight is unforgettable. 26. Jaw-dropping MV Golden Ray cargo ship. The MV Golden Ray made headlines when it capsized off the coast of Georgia with 4,000 vehicles aboard. Salvage crews used a massive chain to cut and dismantle the ship. 27. Laser yacht tossed by propeller wash. Inside a lock, a sleek laser yacht was suddenly caught in a strong propeller wash. It spun out of control, nearly colliding with the walls, leaving onlookers shocked at the chaos. 28. Grey River Bar's Lonely Captain Battle. In Greymouth, New Zealand, a lone captain braved the notorious Grey River Bar. The furious waves slammed against his fishing boat as he fought to keep control. 29. Fishing boat survives giant wave slam. Another Greymouth clip shows a tiny fishing boat nearly swallowed by a massive wave. Everyone thought it would flip, but miraculously the vessel stayed upright and carried on. 30. Sea crossing show, deadly unpredictability. These scenes are a harsh reminder of just how unpredictable sea crossings can be. For fishermen, every trip carries real danger, where skill alone doesn't always guarantee survival. 31. Near capsize saved by skill and luck. One more jaw-dropping fishing fail shows a boat almost capsizing, but somehow recovering. The captain's raw skill and sheer luck turned what could have been a tragedy into survival. 30-second final montage of wildest boat fails. The final montage delivers the wildest boat fails across oceans and rivers, collisions, near sinks, and monster waves. These shocking moments prove why the sea always demands respect. From cargo ships split in half to fishing boats battling monster waves, these 32 moments prove the sea is both thrilling and unforgiving. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More jaw-dropping ocean stories are waiting.